I am constantly getting hate down in my comments every time I have a Hasan Piker video, and I love it. It's absolute cinema. It's the best entertainment reading all these stupid hate comments from all these supporting freaks. Hasan actually got f***ing humiliated. Again, it keeps happening every day. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for all notifications if you like to see me make fun of these absolute reach on the daily. All right, more Pegasus, tell us what's in the Drama Slop news for today.
Welcome back to a series so educational. Even Plato subscribed.
I have learned quite a bit from more Pegasus videos.
In today's video,
Hasan is now claiming the only reason people don't support him is because they're afraid of Asmongold. He's also calling him far right now. He's now trying to compare.
He just cannot shut up about Asmongold. He cannot help himself. Everything's always about Asmongold. I think it's because he's scared that Asmongold is gonna become way more popular than he is. And who knows, maybe Asmongold will be president someday.
Viewership with Asmongold and is giddy with excitement that he's getting close. Spoilers, he's not. He's also speculating that Asmongold's stream was being botted. He's crashing out at Ethan.
Asmongold's stream was being botted, but I did not buy Asmongold. I think most everybody who was a big streamer was getting botted to some extent.
he said that he's making another video on him, calling him psychosexually obsessed. Destiny is being called out for being extremely weird and creepy. TikTokers are going after Ethan, saying his audience is full of white men, and a bunch of more updates. Subscribe or you turn into a Hasan Diddley Piker supporter. Back to you, Jellywig.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin with Hasan trying to pretend people are on his side.
Hasan claims his streamer friends want to say something in defense of him but are scared. A lot of content creators quietly watching. Yes, everybody is just itching to defend Hasan here.
A lot of the content creators that are in the periphery quietly watching the events that are unfolding, their hope is that it just inevitably goes away. I think what they failed to recognize, the lack of counter messaging from progressive voices on this platform out of understandable fear that they might be harassed endlessly by some of these rabid monsters, has created an environment where the most loud voices you hear are the likes of Asmongold. And there's only one person who is actively in the top, regularly duking it out with these people, and that person is ritualistically humiliated with ridiculous smears over and over again and turned into a toxic pariah.
Bro, for the love of God, can you stop talking about yourself like you're this main character? You're gonna get...
like, he thinks he's the greatest thing of all time and that he's just being oppressed. He's in the Asmongold saga currently. Asmongold is the villain of this arc.
These side characters to come out and defend you, it's honestly just embarrassing. So he says the reason that people don't support him publicly is because they're afraid of harassment from like Asmongold or something, but that's obviously not the reason. It's because
they don't want to support him publicly because they don't want to be seen as terrorist supporters.
It's bad optics to openly support terrorists, right? They don't want to be part of that. They don't want to be in the same community as you because you're one of the most hated people online in general, right? You're one of the most controversial figures because your views are so extreme, dude. And I would argue, if anything, it's more scary to actually criticize Hasan because his rabid fan base goes after you until the end of time. In fact, Hasan has this cryptic dialect. He says
they actually will commit violent acts against you.
To his fan base as well, which sort of encourages them to take action on their own. He did this with Ela Klein as well, where he says she's a valid military target, and he mixes up past and present tense, right? So it's like, it's way more dangerous to actually criticize.
It's a wink, wink, nudge, nudge every time with this guy.
Hasan, because he's gonna have his fan base fucking like sicked on you or whatever, right? And I feel like he wants people to think that he has this army of people waiting in the back lines, waiting to defend him, and they are just specifically staying in the shadows right now because they're afraid of like harassment or something. But that's not the case, bro. Nobody is on your side, literally nobody, okay? Other than your orbiters, of course, but I don't consider them separate from you. They are literally part of the same solar system.
They're not even real people. Basically what they are is their waiting rooms. They're waiting rooms for whatever Hasan Piker is not online.
system. And spoiler alert, it's not going away until you get banned or you face some sort of consequences.
What do you think happens at that point? If the only voices of political discourse is far-right voices, and the only major voice of progressive politics is a guy that those far-right voices are explicitly attacking with regular frequency, from the audience's perspective...
Anybody not on his side is far-right, just to be clear. I am a leftist, and I'm considered far-right to these freaks.
They don't actually understand where that silence comes from these other content creators. They don't see the way the sausage gets made. They don't know that this is out of real fear of harassment that they do not want to invoke. So they think, oh, everybody's right wing. This is cool. Reading an AI script? Yes, I'm reading an AI script.
Bro actually sounds so robotic, his own chat thinks he's AI. Dude, I don't know what to say at this point. I think it's time to pack it up. I think it's legitimately time to retire. Do us all a favor and get the frick
He's actually, the more time passes, the worse he's going to get, because the more he's going to be grasping at straws. He's going to be throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks so he can stay relevant. As soon as Palestine stops working for him, he'll move on to some other movement. And he'll probably go even harder supporting terrorism. Especially if something he really doesn't like happens in the government.
Off the internet, please, because you've done so much damage at this point. I feel like it's time to stop. He keeps calling Asmongold far right. Dude,
yeah,
half of
so
his opinions are like a lefty liberal ones. I think far right is an absolute insane stretch for someone like Asmongold. But obviously in Hassan's mind, anyone he doesn't like is just automatically labeled far right. You know, the DoorDash driver.
Which is funny, because a thing that people on the far right do is they dislike Jews. They hate Jews. And that's what Hassan Piker is. He hates Jews. So I think and that's like his main thing too. So actually, I think that he might be on the far right. He's just playing the far left game. Because stupid people fall for it.
It's late. Probably a far right fucking grifter, right? Yeah, man, I got this delivery guy, and yeah, I know there's like a thunderstorm and the road closed down.
That's crazy how he's saying it.
5 minutes late just because I'm Hassan Piker. He obviously knew of my progressive
We're on the same wavelength.
Policies and decided to let his far-right MAGA grifting brain take over and delivered my food late. 5 whole minutes. What a fucking scumbag. Probably accurate, by the way. Don't fact check that. Tecton responds, this gives my girlfriend goes to another school. Trust me, she's real vibes. Why doesn't he understand that most people view him as a total freak and don't like him because he's scared all advertisers off of Twitch? My dad works at Nintendo vibes. These friends don't exist because normal people don't glaze the balls of terrorists daily. Don't gargle on the schlong of terrorist daily. Actually, that's a more technical term if you had to Pegasusify it. Boo-hoo, Hassan, let me play you a sad song on the world's smallest violin. Right, so then he tries to compare view counts with Asmongold, saying that he's finally reaching his level now. This is a mega copium, by the way.
I wonder what he looks like now that Twitch has turned against the bots. They're removing the bots. I wonder what his account looks like now. I bet it's gone down about 20%, at least.
Asmongold, and points to Twitch's recent bot update.
Ooh, I thought the top dog
here we
in
go.
Twitch politics was Asmongold, but something shifted. Something shifted yesterday, and it turns out we actually have a similar number of viewers. As a matter of fact, I mean, he was hitting like 50K every day. He was always like 20K above wherever I was. Sometimes even 60K. I would have like 30K to 40K. He would have 60K, and now it seems like we have the same number of viewers, which is I don't know what it is. I'm not even saying that I'm not making any inferences about this. I'm not saying that this is like something that Asmongold himself did, but it has been a significant decrease in the viewership after Twitch said that they were going to go after bots.
Oh man, he's really happy
I don't
about
even think this is like his own doing, for the record.
Oh, I'm just as relevant as Asmongold on Twitch. What about everywhere else? What are your YouTube numbers doing, man? What are your kick numbers doing?
My God, this is actually tragic. So I'll tell you what he did. He looked at Twitch viewership, and both of them seem to be on 28k viewers.
Yeah.
The only problem
Dude,
is Asmongold
so cringe.
is multi-streaming to Kick, which means he has an extra 14k viewers on Kick as well, which Hasan did not seem
Plus,
to account for.
yeah,
Obviously,
the YouTube
T-Brain
views.
here did not realize that this man is on multiple platforms and is obviously segmenting his audience. Not to mention, Asmongold routinely criticizes Twitch as well, so most people prefer to just watch his YouTube videos or, you know, be on Kick instead of Twitch or whatever, right? So right there already, immediately
even
destroyed
watch
his
him on
argument
Kick or
that he's
Twitch.
catching up to Asmongold.
I
or
only
whatever.
watch his
Second
YouTube
thing is,
videos.
he doesn't take into account like what Asmongold is doing at the moment. So Hasan obviously only does politics, so his viewer count is the same, unless there's some political event where he'll get much more viewers or whatever. Asmongold, if he's playing a particular game that's not as popular, his viewers might drop or something, or if he's covering another topic, his viewers might go up or whatever. But in general, I would just not be playing this game. You are so unbelievably outmatched, and this is one of those situations where you just take the L. You know, sometimes in life, you realize that you can't be the best, okay? There's always someone more popular, more famous, more rich, and you gotta come to terms with it, or you're gonna perpetually be unhappy. And it seems like Hasan has not come to terms with it. Case in point, let's look at their YouTubes. Asmongold's channel gets a bajillion views. It's actually insane. This is one of his 4 channels, each of which gets a shit ton of views. Now, Hasan's channel gets the same views as me, a random slop tuber who should not even be in the picture here, but somehow is competing with Hasan here. Now,
and that's not even counting like reaction views, because the reaction views are like for more Pegasus videos is off the charts, man. People reacting to Hasan Piker are people actually reacting to more Pegasus videos and Legal Mindset videos and Tectone videos. They're not reacting to the Hasan Piker videos. So really, it's a lot more. It is a lot more.
Stream on Twitch, so I'm not going to pretend that, hey, I'm more popular than Hasan or anything like that. Obviously, he has a live streaming audience on a different platform, right?
Exactly.
But you know what I love even
That's the
more?
point.
The fact that he's subtly calling him a view botter. Obviously, he's not explicitly saying it, but this is the classic Hasan Piker tactic. It wasn't a false flag,
wink, nudge,
but it would
nudge.
have been the perfect false flag. You know, he's probably not botting, but it's very suspicious that his viewers completely dropped after this botting change, guys, right? I don't think his popularity is attributed to bots, if that's what you were saying. Right, so after this, he goes into these
Asmongold
random
needs to bot.
conspiracy theories.
If you remember, when I was talking shit about Kick initially, when I was in Japan, not the last time, but like a couple times ago, it was weird that like the 3 people that were talking shit about Kick was Misgif, Pokimane, and myself, and we all got weirdly botted at the time.
Of course.
We had clearly like
of course he's gonna talk shit about Kick. Man's so jealous. He's so jealous that he can't go to Kick.
counts shot up, and it was weird. It was like normally in Japan, it would be, especially in the weird hours that I was streaming, I would normally have like 20K, but this time I had like 40K. Now, it could be because people are getting bored of Donald Trump and pro-Trump content and pro-Trump sentiment. That could probably be a part of this. Or, you know, maybe whoever was doing it stopped doing it potentially.
Yeah, that's it, Hasan. You totally got it. Asmongold just turned off his bots. That's actually what happened. The copium, oh my god, the ultimate level of copium is actually crazy. Listen, I don't even think it's bad to like not be on the top or whatever. Maybe for Hasan, it's a little bit embarrassing for someone who prides himself on being an, you know, well-educated
he's
political.
He's just like Pirate Software. He's the smartest, greatest man alive. Expert at all of the things that he says he's an expert in. But at the same time, calls himself a moron on the internet. At least he did that. Pirate Software didn't even do that.
Commentator and being beaten by a guy who has cockroaches crawl on him, right? A guy who lives in a fucking biohazard of a house, right? So, you know, the fact of the matter is the top spot is very hard to get to, all right? Asmongold has sacrificed a lot for it. Hasan kind of does the same. He spends all of his life, you know, trying to be this politics streamer or whatever, but it seems he's unsuccessful, right? I don't even blame him for not, you know, being at the top here. It's a game of luck and a bunch of other factors as well. But I think it's more important just what you're saying and and what your arguments actually are rather than your view count, right? Your view count obviously doesn't automatically make you right. But based on what you two are saying in this particular conflict, where Asmongold is way more reasonable than you, and you are openly supporting fucking terrorists and being completely unhinged, you know,
that's about how it goes.
Violence on people and shit like that, and openly being anti-Semitic. It's very rational that more people would be supporting Asmongold in this conflict. In my opinion, this seems like a desperate attempt by Hasan to make it seem like his side is actually winning. And this is what he's been alluding to. He's saying that, hey, I have all these powerful friends in the back, all of these, popular streamers or YouTubers who actually are on my side, but they're afraid to speak up because of, harassment from Asmongold or these communities. I feel like he's trying to make it seem that people are like bored of Asmongold now, and, Hasan is rising up as this.
And I think Hasan thinks of people who make videos about him as harassment, even though he doesn't have to interact with them and he doesn't have to watch them.
Person who's going to cross him in viewership, and I feel like you gotta give it a rest, pal. Like, stop living in your fucking fantasy land, bro. It's never gonna happen. But actually, I gotta correct myself. Hasan actually does have one chance to get ahead of Asmongold. Unfortunately, it seems like Asmon's dad has health problems or something, so he did recently hint at quitting streaming to take care of him, or just needing to take a break from
I think he'll cut his hours down
and take a break for like 6 months or something, and that's definitely enough for this slimeball Hasan to jump in and take over, right? So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he cannot wait.
The Fire Nation attacked. Or
he's probably hoping that Asmongold's dad dies.
Whatever. A little mismanagement of the balance of the universe here. Hasan will be ecstatic being the top political streamer or whatever. He still has Ethan to beef with, of course, but not nearly as big as Asmongold, of course. But I just love
if Asmongold leaves, there's gonna be such a huge hole in the internet.
How funny it is that for Hasan to have any chance to win, Asmongold literally has to fucking die, or literally just like vanish off the face of the earth, or have to take care of his like sick relative or something like that, right? It's like that's how much he's fucking outmatched. It's just embarrassing. People responded, bro has the entire team at Twitch from the top down, working day and night to push his content, and still can't be the top political streamer. That is so absolutely embarrassing, honestly. The fact that Twitch literally, we know this, Twitch gargles on his nuts, right? They share the gooning rack. They literally have every reason and incentive
want
to push
him to be
Hasan
the top
as the most popular streamers, to make him as big or make him seem bigger than he is, recommend content to new viewers coming on the website.
I could see them removing bots from everybody's Twitch channels, except Hasan Piker. I'm just gonna leave his bots alone.
Still, he gets bodied by Asmongold. It's honestly sad. Plus the average 500k to 1 mil YouTube viewers to Hasan's 30 to 50k. I always watch on YouTube. I prefer to watch a clip and know the topic being discussed rather than watch someone live when they go for 6+ hours a day. Yeah, I do the same thing. I always tend to watch VODs rather than live streams. I'm not specifically talking about Asmongold here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't really watch live streamers because, I'm in a different part of the world. Most of the streamers are from the US or whatever, so completely different time zones here. I'm from Singapore, obviously. Also, I prefer to not wait 500 hours to watch the people I want to watch, not like watch 7 hours. I just want to see the cut up clips or whatever, or the VOD or the YouTube videos. I can just skip through the boring parts or whatever. And I'm sure you guys are like that considering you watch YouTube videos, right? Anyway, speaking of Asmongold, he responded to Hasan when Hasan was talking about he doesn't understand.
The only live streams that I'll watch are Penguin Zero when he's giving away money or he's playing Resident Evil or something.
And why so many
Which
people
has been a lot
him.
recently.
But oh my god, like he
Resident
spends
Evil,
a lot of time
money.
thinking about me. Oh my god,
Right?
it's a lot. What is this?
You're in his
Hasan
head,
the Ranger
rent
Syndrome
free.
were like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Thanks, Hasan. I will never understand. For the life of me, I will never understand it. What I do to some of these people, because I'm just over here covering the news, and dudes that
Hasan actively
news.
pushed to get Aiden Ross deplatformed.
True.
How can you expect that Aiden Ross is going to like you if you push to get him deplatformed? Like, I mean, this is not even.
And Aiden Ross did a video with the fucking president of the United States. Like, how could you be so brain dead?
Not even political, right? It's just common sense. Like, obviously, he's going to be negative about you doing that, and this is still what he says. What is this?
I never think about, dudes that I never talk about. Spend every waking moment, waking moment trying to bring my name up in every conversation, including silly shit like ETH. I don't have a single cryptocurrency coin at all. is literally because you're brown, understand shit. I mean, I'm so white passing, dude. Well, that's crazy.
He's got pretty white skin. I've met Hassan in real life. Yeah, he's pretty close.
He's
to
white. It doesn't even matter.
Maybe
Yeah.
people do see it that way. I don't know.
That's
Pre-October
probably not
7,
it.
I would have argued with you on that front, but like low key, I think that does play
Yeah,
a
he
big
can't
role.
get October 7th
Dude,
out
I
of his
still
head.
can't believe he said that. Like, people hate Hassan because he's brown, guys. That's the true reason. It's all racism, guys, against Hassan, the clearly
'cause I'm black.
brown-looking man here, obviously.
Put
like,
me down,
legitimately
white
a level
man.
of delusion that no regular human could ever fathom. This is the grandiose delusion of an absolute narcissist right here. But yeah, honestly, Hassan's lack of self-awareness is like the 8th wonder of the world. Like, I don't know how he's unaware. Like, you say the most unhinged shit and you're like, why do people hate me? You go after literally all of these people, you call
Why
them
don't
PDF
you
files,
like
you try to
me?
deplatform them, you slander them on a daily basis,
can't I
right?
get
You're
people
not
to
exactly
like
the
me?
nicest guy ever. And then you're baffled as to why people don't like you. You're baffled as to why people are like,
I am the nicest, smartest, most attractive man alive. Why doesn't anyone like me?
hey, this Hassan guy is a fucking loser. I want him deported, right? Because you do the same shit. You slander them in much different ways, so they feel the need to fight back here, you know? People responding, Hassan, I'll slander your favorite streamer as a pedo, but hey, I should be entitled to your love and adoration like some false idol. There's a lot of reasons why people don't like you, Hassan.
These are Nuxanor viewers. I can tell.
You can watch the series to find that out. The only viewers that's on air is clankers, oilbacks, and people that come there to make fun of him. You know, I wish this was the case, but this
Oilbacks.
is delusional. He
That's
does
funny.
actually have viewers,
Bikers.
and they're the most extreme fucking lunatics on the planet. Or they're, you know, middle-aged women gooners who just, you know, love his chest hairs or whatever.
Especially when they're beating with sweat.
Moving on to Ethan, if you remember
Yeah!
in a previous video,
Ethan.
we talked about how Ace3 is planning on releasing a new content nuke video on Hassan, and it's going to be like the
Ethan is my third favorite Jew behind Nuxanor and Jesus.
worst one yet. We don't know what
Jesus
exactly
being
he's
number
talking
one.
about here, but we speculated it might be about his creepy behavior with those fans sending him nudes on Snapchat and stuff like that. Well, Hassan responded,
I'm telling you, dude, he's gonna release a video on your sex life and he's gonna frame it to make you look bad. If anybody watches a video from a 40-year-old man who has spent the last year actively stalking me, whose obsession, whose psychosexual obsession, his pathological obsession was so clear and present that it was basically
If you investigate my creepy sex life, you are actually the creep. That's what he's saying here. That's what I'm gathering from it.
calcified in a GQ article by a random journalist who brought it up himself, is going to watch a YouTube video like that and go, yeah, he's not the weirdo. The guy who is actively trying to frame as a bad guy is the real weirdo here. That's on them. Starting a podcast with Ethan was your biggest L. 100%. That is true. Major mistake.
well, oh my god, actually, like a little bit of self-awareness for the first time, but I would actually say it's a major mistake for both of you. Even on Ethan's side, this was like the worst decision of his life. Holy shit. But yeah, I don't know why he used this terminology. Psychosexual obsession is crazy, dude. Where the fuck did you get? I mean, I know where he got it from. He got it from Taylor Lorenz, his favorite sim journalist, who just cooked up some complete bullshit and sort of, I don't know, a word that could be used to discredit Ethan completely, make him look and sound completely insane. This is right from the Taylor Lorenz playbook, of course. I don't know why anybody is taking that seriously. To say that Ethan is psychosexually obsessed with Hassan is completely delusional, honestly. He has a wife and kids and is definitely not remotely attracted to Hassan here, so I don't know what he's talking about. Also, he claims that Ethan is stalking him somehow. He said the same thing about SlopTubers or like the Yeet Twitter account. Apparently, just posting this guy's
Everybody
clip
talking about
and
Yeet.
criticizing him qualifies as stalking now. This is classic Hassan Piker manipulation where you try to frame the other person as, you know, doing something unethical when we're literally just posting your clips, buddy, in context. I could post your entire stream here. It would not make a difference except bore everybody to death.
Yeah, there's people, they think that whenever they post something online, it's theirs. And it's only going to be in the place where they post it, and they can do whatever they want with it. If they want to take it down, then it's taken down and nobody can see it forever. That's not how it works. Nothing ever dies on the internet unless it's completely scrubbed by like a government entity or something. And even still, most of the time it doesn't die, but there's a few instances where that is true.
Also, I just love how his evidence is the GQ article writer. And if you
Yeah,
missed
right.
that episode, it was basically a guy who was literally writing an
Yeah, he
article
was
about
gooning.
Hassan Piker. And midway, no, actually, no, in the first paragraph, he was literally gooning over this guy,
Yep.
saying that Hassan is so fucking hot, you know, talking
So
about his
weird.
chest hair, the sweat dripping off his chest hairs, right? Literal gooner here, right? Just simping over Hassan completely. And he's using that guy as someone to be taken
Well,
seriously.
the target audience for that is other gay dudes and like 40-year-old women.
Like, this is evidence that actually Ethan is a psychosexual weirdo or whatever. And obviously this guy has did not come up with that himself. He obviously took that from Taylor Lorenz or Hassan talking about it as well. But yeah, I don't know. It looks like Hassan is a bit worried here, a bit panicked here. Obviously, he's not going to live react to the video when it drops. He's going to do the same thing he did with the content nuke. You know, prepare all his notes in advance or whatever, then pretend like he's live reacting to the video like several weeks after or whatever, and then spend 9 hours reacting to the video, you know, filling his audience with as many lies as humanly possible in order to not engage with the content, right? And I perfectly understand, you know, giving some context, you're allowed to react to a video and, you know, double the length, even triple the length. 9 hours
Yeah,
is just
that's actually crazy. Yeah.
That's when you know you're waffling and you're bullshitting in order to dismiss
fucking
any points in
insane.
the video, obviously.
And like
because-
no real person's gonna watch that. That's not a thing that a real person's gonna do. That is something that an insane person is going to consume.
if somebody rants 1 hour after a minute of the video, you can't remember what the minute was, you know? Also, it's so hilarious that he preemptively says that it's gonna be out of context, guys. Like, how would you know? Dude, this is exactly what Hassan does every time. He's like, yeah, I haven't watched the video.
Deny,
but I know it's
deflect,
bullshit."
attack.
You know, that's what the same thing he did with like Willie Mack show and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, I haven't watched your videos on me, but it's probably bullshit. And then he references something specifically said in the video, which means he definitely watched it, dude. People responded, Ethan can replay entire segments uncut in the context of Hassan promoting terrorism, and he will still complain that it's out of context. You see, the context is his entire life. You know, you got to start from age 1 Hassan Piker, of course. Unless you show that, everything is out of context. Technically true, guys. You won't get the full story until you play someone's entire life, of course. Because you said that's the way you ethically show people nudes. Internet is forever. Big guy, little head. Gotta watch what you say.
Dude,
he said every
ethically
buzzword
showing
except
nudes.
genocide. Surprisingly enough, that's improvement. I will say that's very hard for him to do. All right, he's like a crack addict with that word. Anyways, moving on to
For one, constantly opening nudes is one thing. Another is constantly opening them around people and showing people. Like, if I was receiving a whole bunch of nudes on a social media website, I would turn my DMs off. I would stop using that social media, honestly. Because that shit's disgusting. Get that out of here. I don't want to see that shit.
Hassan pretending to act cool like he doesn't care about Ethan.
W move by doing all this press public appearance because
Doesn't
he's a
care
public
about Ethan. Can't help but talk about him every single day.
idiot who lies about you being this public means all he says is lies. Otherwise, they'd never talk to you. I mean, I don't do
Projection.
the W press because of Ethan. I don't think about Ethan Klein at all.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
not a person that occupies any kind of time in my mind. If we're being real.
Yeah, is that why you is that why your audience has to call him E and call Destiny D?
Guys, 0 time occupied. I don't think Hassan has ever mentioned Ethan, Asmongold, or Sloptubers once in his entire life. I've never seen it, actually. Don't you see, guys? I'm
No,
just so
he only mentions it once every day from each of those.
locked into my politics grift here. These people don't occupy my headspace. I definitely don't have sleepless nights thinking about them. Brother, Asmongold has like a fucking 3-story building in there. Ethan has a mansion.
Honestly, I don't think he has any sleepless nights. He's probably taking some kind of sleeping medication to help him sleep.
Tubers have a bungalow, all right? We have free real estate in your head. Stop pretending you're this tough guy who is unaffected by controversy. This man has legitimately been malding for the past 100 days straight and says, well, actually, I don't even think about Ethan, guys. Like, come on, dude. He doesn't think about him so much that he randomly threw his wife into a convo about valid military targets. Yes, it just happened to slip up and mention them, of course. Dude, my theory
Nothing
is Hassan
happened,
is
of
jerking
course.
it. All right, he's jerking it to Asmongold at least. All right, I don't know about Ethan. I don't know about anyone else. Asmon for sure. Moving on to Hassan calling
That's so
out Ethan
gross to
for
think about.
violating TOS. You
Don't think
cannot
about
make
that.
this shit up. Hassan calls out Ethan for flirting with Cake, says he
Wow.
violated YouTube TOS by going after Twitch's advertisers, claims it doesn't harm him, and calls out Asmon for elevating it.
Important to
That's
remind people
funny.
that he literally is trying to
What a
fucking
fucking
go and get a
hypocrite.
kick deal right now. This is a call to brigade, for the record. This is a violation of Twitch's, or this is a violation of YouTube's terms of service, for the record. Just so you understand. The notion that like...
That would be if he was streaming on YouTube. That's not how that works. If he was streaming on YouTube and was seeking a deal, but he's not streaming on YouTube.
Guy who is getting a deal from a competing live streaming platform that is a cesspit of anti-Semitism.
He's not live streaming on YouTube. Also, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, Twitch isn't full of fucking terrorist supporters and fucking freaks.
Yeah, and all different kinds of awfulness would then turn around and try to fucking harm the revenue streams of a market competitor with cynical attempts like this, demanding that his fan base go and fucking actively spam advertisers with falsehoods is so transparent.
Okay.
It blows my mind that people don't even
If it was false, then nothing would happen. Right? Not like the leftist freaks were throwing falsehoods constantly ever since like 2016 and still do that constantly. It's not like Hassan is constantly doing that himself. Whatever, man. It's all projection. These people are fucking disgusting and evil.
Stand.
Okay, first off, he's not saying spam the advertisers with falsehoods. He's literally saying send them your clips in context, in full context. Just send it to them and let them decide. You know, when they hear, I support the Houthis 10 toes down, I wonder what they're gonna do. And obviously, there would be no problem if Twitch wasn't so blatant with their bias, like banning Mike from PA for saying that about Jews for 1 week is just crazy, all right? And not banning you all this time is also crazy. Then he calls Ethan a hypocrite for going after sponsors and then says
Twitch actually came out and said that they found nothing wrong with what Hassan said. So Twitch is actually an admitted terrorist supporting platform.
it's going to affect smaller creators. Once again, completely trying to make Ethan the villain here.
This person used to be an Ethan Klein fan, by the way. Headband, what a made move. He stood on his going after sponsors is. He made his name off railing against Keemstar and how much of a scumbag move it is to go after sponsors. He has lost the plot so fucking hard, by the way. You made him quit going live. They only do 2 days live a week now. It's only 2 hours. I don't know anything about whatever the fuck's going on over there. Okay? But I will say this. This dude is literally trying to get a kick deal. Okay? He's trying to get a fucking kick deal. And before he gets his kick deal, he spent the last year talking about how much he cares about anti-Semitism. He's demanding that people spam advertisers. He's using whatever fraction of clout he has remaining, whatever loyal fan base he still has, to literally go after a platform that has a way more rigorous terms of service.
Oh, is he talking about
does.
Ethan? I thought he was talking about Asmongold. I don't know nothing about Ethan and the way he's streaming, but like, who the fuck cares, man?
Certainly Kick does. This doesn't harm me.
It's like, he has nothing to go after anybody over. He goes over after the fact that Ethan is doing something that Hassan and his supporters actively do. Like, come on, man. Be a little bit self-aware. He probably is self-aware. He's just a fucking asshole.
This harms every fucking content creator on this platform, on Twitch. And the dipshits like Asmongold lean into it too. They don't give a fuck. This doesn't hurt me.
Okay, he did bring up Asmongold. All right.
Get deplatformed
Can't
from
help
Twitch.
himself.
Okay, I go somewhere else. Ironically enough, I'd probably go to YouTube.
Dude, there's just no
They
way you're
wouldn't let
shifting
you.
this on Ethan. This is your fault, dude. If you simply
Hassan Piker going to YouTube, he would immediately get banned. That's why he's not already here.
He wouldn't need to go after advertisers in the first place. And I understand why he's doing it. He feels threatened. You know, you threatened his freaking wife. Your orbiters called CPS on his kids, essentially, you know, putting them in danger as well. He's had to hire a bunch of security. Of course, he's doing the only thing he can in this case because he can't get you banned from the platform. He has to go after Twitch here. And it's very unfortunate for the smaller streamers who will be affected from this, but they need to understand what's happening and adapt and move ASAP. I've said this for the past few months as well. Move to YouTube. And the fact of the matter is, if you're a small streamer on Twitch, you're never growing on Twitch. You need to grow on YouTube or different platforms and then take your
I've tried.
audience wherever
It
you
doesn't
want to
work.
stream or whatever to connect close.
I streamed on Twitch for like a month. Nothing. Other platforms, I was going up in views. The only reason I stopped is because I lost access to internet. I really want to get back to live streaming again soon.
with your community or whatever. But yeah, it's already beneficial to be on YouTube, so that's why I recommend. But yeah, obviously, you know, Hasan is gonna try to blame it on Ethan, but it is your fault. It is your fault and nobody else's, and you trying to shift the blame is absolutely crazy here. And if he does end up coming to YouTube, I wonder. I really wonder. Let's see if the terrorist propaganda holds up here and the death threats and all that.
It's
We got
not
this
gonna
guy
happen.
tweeting about Hasan. Yeet said, Elo Klein asked Hasan a point-blank question. Why did he bring me up? Why do you bring me up regularly as a terrorist? Reason he does it is because he wants people to harm or at least threaten you so you stop exposing him. He likes when bad things happen to people he disagrees with and enjoys having an army of freak harass on his behalf. No lies been told here. This commenter had this idea on his own. Hasan didn't radicalize him. No. I know you'll denounce this respect, but I live in LA, and if I see him, it's on freaking site, Hasan.
Right?
Oh my god. Classic Hasan chatter. He's probably gonna get VIP for this shit. Moving on to the Destiny
that
situation.
person should be reported to law enforcement and the FBI.
Basically, people were accusing Destiny of some weirdo shit. He has this case going on. There's a lot more to it. There's some weird tax, potentially minors involved, like 17. He's denying all of it, obviously. Not gonna get into it too much, maybe in a future video, not right now. But that's basically the context here. Sazmangold responds.
I think that as a content creator, this is just like my opinion. If their age starts with 1 and your age starts with 3, stop. Just stop. It doesn't matter what the reason is or anything else, just stop. So under, yeah. And it's happened before, yeah, sure. And it's too big to fail at this point.
Yeah, I like the first number to be at least 2 and the second number to be at least 5. 25, I think, is a good cutoff for me. Anybody younger, get that shit out of here. You're basically a child to me. 25 and up for me, thank you.
Big to fail. No, your age.
It's all about maturity,
divided
really.
by 2 plus 7. I don't
even care
agree
about the
with
looks.
that. I don't. I mean, like, I think that really people just need to stop going, and it's like, especially if you're like a content creator with a big audience.
They need to stop being sexual degenerates. They need to stop being freaks on the internet, chatting with random people trying to get laid. That's what needs to stop happening, man. That's fucking gross.
Doing
Get your life together.
is just you're making a mistake by doing this. It's not too big to fail. Look what's happening in Cracker Barrel. I mean, to be fair, Roblox is a lot bigger than Cracker Barrel, but yeah, sure. Then opening to content creators and their audience is the problem. No.
Like, is it really all that hard to not be a fucking freak? Really? Like, don't have sexual chats with people online. Don't be exchanging nudes. It's not that fucking hard to do, man. Just don't be a fucking degenerate.
No, it's not. No, most content creators don't do this.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty regular take. I feel like it's pretty easy not to go after people starting with a 1 if you're in your 30s, right? Some people find no problem with it, but I feel like if you're in your 20s, it's more understandable. Like, you know, 22 and 19, obviously no problem there. But if you're in your 30s and it's like 19, 18, and 17, we're talking about 17 here, that's just fucking weird. Obviously, potentially illegal. I feel like there's just...
Right? Yeah, just look at Roblox. They're trying to open up a dating platform for 17 and up. The fuck is that shit?
no need to even test that boundary, and I feel like you're a very fucking creepy if
hey,
you
look
do,
at that, Roblox.
especially as a content creator as well. Makes it 10 times worse with the massive power dynamic. We criticize Hasan for this as well, you know, leaving a Snapchat open, you know, advertising it, encouraging pictures from his female fans as well. He's like, oh my god, I'm only getting guys sending me stuff on my Snapchat. I used to get a lot of boobies and all that. It's this weirdo shit, right? You just don't want to do that, right? And I don't know why it's so hard to be normal. It is actually impossible for some content creators to legitimately just not be fucking creeps. Radical extremist Asmongold suggests adults should only frick adults. That is the most extremist far-right Nazi take I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe he would say this, guys. Moving on to this TikToker apparently going viral for going after Ethan. Ethan Klein responds to TikToker claiming he hates his audience and only has white men defending him. Right, so Ethan says, who's gonna tell her?
I made a video about how Ethan Klein very much hates his fans and hates his audience, and the only people, the only demographic that is currently defending Ethan Klein is white men. Only white men.
Yeah, so about that, Ethan's fan base
Right here, guys. You see this guy? Is a white man, everybody. You see this white man who is defending Ethan?
is not exactly white men. It's more like liberal girlies, I'm pretty sure, or just women in general. I think that's the majority or something. But yeah, whatever, helps you sleep at night, I suppose. Whatever justifies your logic there, I suppose. Now, if you said that about Asmongold, maybe you'd have a closer fit, right? Mostly males in that audience, he will admit this as well. Highly gaming centered, came from World of Warcraft, man type topics a lot of the time. So obviously he's going to have a more male centered audience. Probably still a mix of colors though, I imagine, but probably a little closer to the,
Especially
white man
being in
argument
Texas.
here. But yeah, with Ethan, I don't think you're convincing anyone of that, honestly.
Yeah, it's just
so
retarded.
she continues.
Sometimes I really wonder how current Ethan Klein supporters and current H3 podcast supporters are feeling, because as someone who used to watch the podcast, it's very fucking clear that guy does not care about you guys. I used to watch
That's
the podcast
crazy that me and this chick probably watched the same podcast episodes at the same time. And we are just like completely opposite on this shit. What happened?
2 years ago, whenever Hassan was on it, and then after the whole
Like, these
leftover
people,
situation, I kind of
they're
left with
cooked.
divorce. But like, sometimes I'll dabble into Ethan's streams or like, the H3 stream to see what's going on. And bro, he fucking hates you guys. He's now changing all of this stuff to be like members only, but also like making all of the stuff behind the paywall. And all of the comments are like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing? He posts a
I haven't
video
been
and then
seeing any
deletes
of
it, and
that.
everyone's like, why did you delete that? Why'd you delete that? And now Keemstar sent him merch, and he's friends with Keemstar, and he's also about to start dual streaming on Kick. But he talks about how
Whoa!
Twitch and YouTube is anti-Semitic. But you
Pose
want to
of
stream
humanity.
on the place where they say the Holocaust didn't even happen.
Yeah, that's when you know they're crazy. So she only watched the podcast for Hassan. I mean, that's just an insane self-report. You could not fucking beat that information out of me. How is it every single time, almost without fail, that Hassan supporters are completely fucking crazy and wrong about everything? Now, about the Kick thing, Ethan moving to Kick and that being very hypocritical, the thing is, he's already on YouTube.
Hassan Piker kind of just garners an audience of brain dead morons.
Right? So he's going to continue doing that. And he wants to expand his audience. What are his options here? Can he go to Twitch? Obviously not. He's openly beefed with Twitch here, and he thinks it's an anti-Semitic platform. Kick is the only thing sort of left. You could argue Kick is also anti-Semitic. Now,
I don't even think it's anti-Semitic. I think it's straight up pro-terrorism, and anti-Semitism is just thrown right in there. Because that's what terrorists do.
Some other shit wrong with it right now, lots of controversies, but yeah, I don't know, if you consider it hypocritical, fair enough or whatever. But I think if he wants to do it, he's perfectly entitled to, and I think everyone is secretly hoping that Kick fixes its shit.
I just don't give a
Ethan
shit.
responded, congratulations, almost everything you said is untrue. This is a lady that says my only defenders are white males, lol. Post-truth era got the leftists looking more like MAGA every day. Pop off, girlie.
Ooh,
You're
that
doing
must have
great.
hurt.
We got sensitive society in the comments. Wrong. I'm black and I defend Ethan. We might need to do a race test on this one, guys. Fellow brown girl here. Nah, the audience has tons of women in it. The classic, only the people I hate support the people I hate. She can't comprehend that people who aren't white men might actually support a variety of thinking, because that would break her personal narrative and she would have to dislike POCs for their opinion. Yeah, this is just a classic case of sort of identity politics again, where everybody of a certain race has to think a certain way, when that is not the case. Everybody has a variety of thinking, and your thinking is not defined by your skin color or your ethnicity or your group or whatever.
Yep, that's just the way it goes with identity politics. That's what they focus on. Identity,
to form your own
and the way you look,
and think of whatever you want to think, Ethan continues, good morning everyone. I would like to shout out all the white male baddies on the subreddit. And we just got this diabolical picture of the double chin. Now click this video or you got a 1v1 Hassan in a dumbass competition. That's right, you're cooked. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna beat me in a dumbass competition, and I'm pretty fucking dumb. I'm a moron. I am brain dead retarded, but not as brain dead as these people. I think mine got shocked back to life. I'm basically a Frankenstein walking around. These people are just zombies. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications if you'd like to see the downfall of Hassan Piker and his orbiters.